99% of people will watch a video like this, feel something for about 30 seconds, and then go right back to exactly what they were doing before. They'll nod along, maybe even say, "Yeah, that's so true," and then close the app and scroll to the next thing that makes them feel something without asking them to change anything. You are not going to be one of those people. Not today, because what I'm about to tell you is not complicated. It's not some secret hack, some algorithm, some insider trick that rich people don't want you to know. It's actually the opposite. It's painfully simple. So simple that most people dismiss it. So simple that most people hear it and think, "That can't be it," and go looking for something more exciting instead. Here it is. The 1% are not doing anything magical. They are simply doing the things the 99% know they should do and refuse to do. That's the whole secret. That's it. Let that sink in for a second. Let's talk about why the 99% stay the 99%. It's not because they're lazy in the way people usually mean that word. Most of them work hard. Most of them are busy. Most of them have jobs, responsibilities, families, things pulling at their time every single day. The problem isn't effort. The problem is direction. The problem is comfort. Comfort is the quiet killer of potential. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't feel like failure while it's happening. It feels like rest. It feels like a well-earned break. It feels like "I'll start tomorrow" or "I deserve this today." And each one of those moments on its own seems harmless. But stack them up day after day, week after week, year after year, and comfort becomes the architecture of a life that never becomes what it could have been. The 99% choose the version of the day that feels good right now. The 1% choose the version of the day that will feel good in 5 years. That's the entire divide. Not intelligence, not birthright. Not opportunity in most cases. Choice, repeated daily, compounding silently until one day the gap between the two groups is so wide it looks like it was always going to be that way. It wasn't. It was built one decision at a time. Let's be honest about the other side of this too, because it matters. Staying comfortable has a cost. It's just a cost you don't feel today, you feel it later in the form of regret. Regret is heavier than discipline ever was. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. The person who skipped the gym for a year doesn't feel it acutely on any single missed day. They feel it the day they look in the mirror and don't recognize what they see. The person who kept putting off starting the business doesn't feel it on any single afternoon of procrastination. They feel it 5 years later, watching someone else build the thing they always said they'd get around to. The 99% aren't choosing an easy life. They're choosing to pay later with interest in a currency far more painful than effort, the currency of what if. So here's the real question, and it's the only one that matters. Which group are you actually in? Not which group do you say you're in. Not which group do you intend to join someday. Which group do your actual daily actions currently put you in? If you're honest with yourself, you already know the answer. And if the answer isn't the one you want, here's the good news: this isn't fixed. It's not your identity, it's not your personality. It's a pattern of choices, and patterns can be rebuilt starting with the very next decision you make after this video ends. You don't need to change your whole life today. You need to do one thing today that the 99% would skip. Tomorrow, do one more. That's the entire method, not motivation, not inspiration. Repetition of the right choice, on ordinary days, until it becomes who you are instead of something you're trying to do. The 99% are going to close this video and go back to exactly what they were doing before. The 1% are going to close this video and go do the thing they've been avoiding. Which one are you? If this hit you the right way, subscribe, because there's more where this came from, and comment 1% below if you're ready to actually commit, not just agree. End.